Welcome back, everybody, to the NJCAA Semifinals. The second one this time. We have SUNY Broome versus Bryant and Stratton up to bat next.
We just had quite the upset, Lemon. Our top seed being knocked out by a much lower seed from Wake Tech, and well, we've seen some interesting Overwatch so far. We've seen departures from the prevailing meta at the top echelons like Overwatch League, but it's no less entertaining for being all the more a little bit weird. So honestly, I don't really know what to expect from these teams, so we should probably dive into these rosters so we can have a quick look at who you're going to be seeing as we move forward. As we start off, we have Bryant and Stratton College, their Bobcat Esports team, and they've only got 6 members on this roster. So it may be that over the course of a 5-map series, we could see some weaknesses exposed in overall hero pools.
Hey, but you know what I say? Teams that have nice jerseys have pretty good teams. Usually, when you invest in how good you are, it's because you're just good at the game too. I love the logo, and I love the look of this team, and I'm stoked. I mean, if you need 6 members, if they all do the job right, who needs anybody else? But you know, if someone goes sick or internet crashes, maybe not so lucky. So hopefully, these are all the right people for the job. And let's take a look at their competition. Will be, drumroll, Broome's roster, and nobody's got pictures. That's okay, but what's important is everyone has headsets.
And what's even more important to me, Lemon, is that there's a lot of them. This appears to be a 9-person roster. That's a lot of room for substitution. That's a lot of room for specialization on maps. So when you get to specialize on maps, when you try to figure out whether or not a player might be, let's say, specialized in a singular hero, you can try and exploit that when you're just in the lobby select and you see another player come in as an official substitution. You can already start to work your magic against that in terms of your strategy. However, it's Bryant and Stratton. They are undefeated so far. So it's a big hill to climb right now for Broome. They are looking to be the first people to take out Bryant and Stratton. Remember, this isn't a double elim bracket. This is just the semifinals and a single elim. And it's scary, the prospect of going home being that close to greatness.
Well, this final match of the day is about to start. So I hope you guys got your snacks, because I have a special recommendation for you, because you guys listen to me often enough. So let me give you some more gospel. Check out Lenny and Larry's Complete Cookie. It comes with 16 grams of plant-based proteins and plenty of tasty flavors. They have double chocolate and snickerdoodle. Those are like the 2 best flavors of all time of any sort of dessert. So go over to shop SENC or shopsenc.com for Lenny and Larry's Complete Cookie today, if you guys want an idea of a snack to buy at your next gaming session. But leg day, I'm getting hungry, so I think we should finish up this match too.
I am hungry for some Overwatch. You know what? Leg Day and Lemon appreciate 2 fellas with some nice L names. Leg Day, Lemon, Lenny, and Larry. What a great number of people to bring you an Overwatch series. So many L's, but only one team will be walking away with the biggest of L's as we head over to Busan. We'll be starting off on City Center here in Fabian. Currently hovering on that Widowmaker, I find quite interesting because this is a great area to play the Widowmaker. She can be incredibly inaccessible while playing on the rooftops. Only characters with insane vertical mobility can really get up and challenge her close.
You have more of a stationary comp too with Bryant and Stratton. They have the Rissa, and then Cole is probably going to stick close to that. Fabian might want to go on an off angle, but so far, kind of aiming down the sights at these supports. Toby's so low already for Sunny Broome, who are on that point. It's going to last a few seconds, so maybe a little too quick of a rotation. The shield's already starting to break for Quinner, and Bryant sticking past their shields that can keep regenerating. Those supports are starting to be accessible. Hawk was left behind, and Hawk is just right below where Cole is standing.
You're exactly right, Lemon. I think that was too soon a rotation. They'd already lost their shield. They've lost their Reaper. They lost their Diva and their Reinhardt. It's all falling apart right here for SUNY Broome. And you know what? Bryant and Stratton, they bided their time. They made usage of the geography. They set up on top, and it feels like deja vu. In our last series, we saw Crimson King of Wake Tech just post up on this high ground, on the McCree, blink away for free onto an unsuspecting team, and Fabian's already done so much damage, they've got access to this infra site.
Oh, Oh, and good pressure from Silver Slush. That could be an easy kill, but Friendly Giant ended up coming back for the pocket. Meanwhile, OBL is tossing up these supports, and yeah, I was waiting for the gun to come out, but it's Cole that has attack visor that finished them off. So Bryant have still had control of this point, and they're accumulating up to 30% or more.
It's been vaguely cheap for a hold as I think OBL may have been coming back for healing and had like 1 HP and died of a baby diva. Oh, OBL. The L is particularly pronunciated today.
Fabian kind of cracked. How cracked are they? They only got 1 pick. Okay, oh, they got a second pick as we swapped away. That's so unlucky. But those 2 picks are more than enough to maybe force Sunny Broome to reset. But they go for the Ant Matrix. They think they can trade off these 3 more kills. But Fabian, that's the 3rd pick of this fight. And Bryant and Stratton are at 70+%. This is coming down to the last fight that Sunny Broome have to contest.
And Quinna moved away from that Reinhardt, which was doing quite little, I think it's fair to say, for SUNY Broome, to go on to the Winston. A little bit better for trying to harass Fabian. Crits between these guys. As guess what? With the damage boost and the supercharger, a body shot's more than enough for Fabian to just tear through anybody who dare peek their way against this.
There's so much range for Bryant and Stratton. If it's not the Widow from up top, it's Cole at an off angle. They got it. You want her to better use it than lose it, because Sunny Broome have nobody left. They even had the Death Blossom and Attack Visor left over. I hear loading name in the distance, but gonna have to load the next round up because this is 100-0 for Bryant and Stratton on Busan's downtown.
Man, a nano Death Blossom would have been pretty cool, but
yeah,
I guess that's a remnant of the past. We're beyond the Beyblade leg day. Move on. The future is now, old man.
Hey, maybe, you know, as an auto player, sometimes you hit the wrong target. Maybe that wasn't intentional. I would hope so.
Sometimes it really do just be that way. SUNY Broome need to refine their footing, and I think that this area is a lot better for their love of Reinhardt if it continues. But Bryant Stratton going the Wake Tech route, playing the double off tank. We know that in the most recent patch, which is what we're playing on here on the live server, there has been about a 10% buff to the damage of Roadhog with that scrap gun. So he has become even more dangerous when hitting those hooks onto squishy targets. Very unlikely that they survive.
At least there's a shield from Sunny Broome. Junkrat from both sides. That's probably going to make so that Quinner's not going to have a good time. This Junkrat is going to pummel his shield. It's already broken. And it explodes the backline, already claiming 5 kills as soon as Quinner's shield dropped. Bryant will go to that point and cap it as it's not even unlocked yet. Now it is. And then they get to hold the choke with the Junkrat. This is scary.
I am speechless. Loading name is the highest ultimate charge at 24%. That was such a comprehensive wipe right there. However, holding this choke point, it is dangerous going up against that Junkrat, but you also don't have a shield to try and take yourself through.
Oh, there's a Riptire from Bobby and not going through the main way. That'll get shot down pretty quickly. It's going from behind. And shot down in time. Bryant and Stratton even got eager to try and push the front side. Getting right back. Good bio, though, this time from Toby. But I'm not sure if they're ready to push. And OBL says it's too late. It's time to brawl. And you can see Silver Slush backing away. That's a lot of energy for Narwhal, too. And Silver Slush has to reset their energy.
I wonder who the main recipient right now of the damage boost from Friendly Giant is. I think it's actually Cole the Crazy at this moment. Of course, damage boosting a Junkrat, especially when people are going through these tiny choke points, can be absolutely deadly. Still, if these guys give Cole the Crazy any room by coming out from here, it's going to be a really good place to use a Deadeye.
Oh, that Deadeye mounting support, and that's one of the best things you can get as a Korean. Hey, great support play too for Friendly Giant with that resurrect. Bryant and Stratton are back at full force, and Sunny Broome just have not won a fight this entire map yet.
Well, Bryant and Stratton undefeated in this bracket, and evidently it is for a reason. I mean, they still have 4 ultimates. They almost have 5. If SUNY Broome come up and face this frag, oh no! If they have double damage frag grenades through an Ant Matrix, this could be a war crime.
It might just be when you have the grab and Junkrat mines on top. Quarter shield hasn't existed this whole time. It's just permanently broken. I would be so sad, in tears even, if I had to play Reinhardt against this. And they're really stuck on playing Zarya when I think a D.Va would help Quinner out.
Toby, it's time to touch Anna. Oh, well, an attempt was made.
An attempt was made.
Someone's got to do it. Seems fitting it be them. That was quite the performance from Bryant and Stratton. Fabian looking very good. And also, it's important to note, they played both an intensive flick scan aim hero with Widowmaker and an intensive projectile aim hero with the Junkrat, and was equally effective on both of them, which to me is it covers one of the worry points when I looked at the 6-man roster of Bryant and Stratton, right? I was wondering, okay, are these guys going to be somewhat limited in their specializations? Could they be geographically challenged if they're taken to a particular map? But right now, Fabian is kind of putting that worry to the back of my mind by showing off, even though we've only seen 2 stages, 2 completely different heroes with 2 completely different mechanical styles.
And even on that mecha base, how the team with the double off tank ended up winning, and you're like, oh, surely Overwatch needs a shield, right? You need damage mitigation for said shield, and a Zarya is just not going to be enough against the waves of damage that a Junkrat puts out in these narrow chokes. So like I said, you know, the Grav needed to come out, or they needed to sacrifice that Grav ultimate charge. I think they were at 100%, you know, at the very last fight, but the D.Va so important to bring out against the Junkrat. And Reinhardt might not be, you know, a shield is great, but not when you're just holding right click and getting blown up the whole game. You're not adding to the team at that point.
I feel like for Reinhardt needs the assistance of a Lucio speed boost to really gain value against that double off tank, because one of the things that we've got to remember when we see the Roadhog come out is how much Roadhog adds to the overall shield pressure. And when you're getting attacked by a McCree and a damage boosted Junkrat and a charged up Zarya and a Baptiste as well, that's why that shield was not lasting at all. And instead of having more healing once the shield went down, I think it may have been preferable for Broome to have less time that they're standing out in the open, and they just use that time to close the distance with the shield health that they do have by utilizing a Lucio speed boost.
And there were some cool plays that Sunny Broome did do. Like I saw a bio grenade come that hit those tanks, and that's the kryptonite to a Roadhog, but it's just at times that the team could not follow up. But let's go and follow these teams into their next map choice. This will be Sunny Broome's option, and we'll find out soon what that will be. But
sounds like Eichenwald to me.
Yeah, it's like, guess that song. I'm not really sure, but we'll see if you're correct.
Oh, bird noises. I knew it. It was for woodpecker.
I smelt it.
Gave it away every time. I spent enough time in Germany to know that Black Forest woodpecker anywhere, Lemon. Oh, very EU of me. Very EU.
Of course.
It's no surprise here that Sunny Broome have decided to go to Eichenwald, though. This is an area of Overwatch that's famed for the dominance of Reinhardt. But once again, they have opted out of the Lucio, and they're opting into even more AoE healing with Hawk, Shepherd, and Toby Druid. And this might make it quite difficult for Bryant and Stratton to win any DPS 1v1s just due to the overall huge amount of healing that came through. But you can expect Bryant and Stratton to absolutely farm when it comes to ultimate charge.
Absolutely. And with the Torbjorn, it's like, I thought that would have came out if there was an annoying tracer on the other team. That's usually the only time you'll see that in pro play of the Torbjorn, but just a lot of poke and a natural counter to tracer, but also Pharah, because it just has auto aim, and as soon as that Pharah comes in range, Cole's going to want to back away with the Mercy Pocket. Should be fine. Bubbles being used by Silver Slush. Might mean that Bryant and Stratton want to go in on this. There's already some great old charge from Narwhal. They start to get around this team and start to break down the shield. That's that 3-man bio that hits Sunny Broome and Bryant. That is the trigger to go inside that objective, but losing Friendly Giant makes them hesitate as only an Ana heals remain for the attack.
Yeah, Culver Crazy right here can't afford to rely on that Ana pocket right now. Maybe a well-placed Bardic Grenade here might need to be used to heal up Saywolf, but no, Saywolf doesn't bother to heal themselves, and they stay under 100 HP. So we just get taken out in one shot by Quinner, and that's going to mean that Bryant and Stratton are again going to be struggling for momentum. They now have themselves a Resurrection, that's good, and they have themselves a Barrage as well, but maybe this could be countered by a well-placed Immortality Field. Toby the Druid needs to survive.
Oh, the Barrage at 20 HP. Cole is in fact crazy. in a good and maybe bad way. You still take for that 2 or 3 to 1 trade and maybe even resurrected Bryant and Stratton, or even besting the nano, the pedal to the metal on this point. Bryant and Stratton have done more than enough work to deserve this payload.
Best head for the hill.
That was,
I'm on fire.
yes, crazy. I can't, I think Cole might have got a bubble there from OBL. I think it's time for us to take a quick look at the Bryant and Stratton composition overall, because I think this is a composition that we would describe as quite technically adept in terms of how it would work in professional Overwatch. You have 2 very high DPS characters, but they all have their own segment of support resources that they're dealing with. Say Wolf is responsible for the tank line and Fabian, whereas Friendly Giant is mostly responsible for Say Wolf and to keep Culver Crazy up. And I think that this is quite a well-balanced composition.
Ooh, that flashbang from loading name is about to delete Narwhal, and Fabian's deleting the front line of Sunny Broome. The 3K and 4th one for Bryant and Stratton, and they have so much time and so much space to keep this one trucking.
I need to see Quinn get some value off this shatter. I wouldn't mind if they solo shattered OBL at high energy. I wouldn't matter if they solo shattered Say Wolf. Solo shattering Fabian here, probably not ideal because they could be bubbled afterwards or potentially healed through any damage by both the Pocket of the Mercy and Viana. OBL for now is going to be maintaining low ground control.
And Narwhal the crazy, oh, that bio was huge from Saywolf, and Narwhal's gonna finish off loading name, and even has the potential to get environmental kills, as all these concussive blasts from Cole the Crazy and the Primal. I mean, Sunny Broome cannot locate the ground. Bryant and Stratton, though, can locate the back of point B, and they go into C with almost 5 minutes.
They are absolutely hauling right now, Lemon. This payload is not stopped yet. It feels like they've only lost 1 fight over the course of this entire match thus far, and they didn't really push their advantage off the back of that. The Graviton are going to grab 4. This could be their chance.
Oh, that's a lot of ultimates from Sunny Broome. The Deadeye, Multi-Core, Grab, and Coalescence. When you have a grab, you got to figure out what you're going to sandwich it. Too many condiments makes a bad sandwich. That is a sandwich where it's got like 7 slices of bread and maybe 1 slice of pepperoni. Oh, Quinner at least has held on to this Shatter, and this is thankfully one of the better areas in the game to play a Reinhardt. Some nice 90-degree angles, but of course it's going to be useless against Cole. Oh, Fabian's on fire, and for a good reason, about to pick off this Baptiste from the ceiling. Goodbye, Toby. Goodbye, Sunny Broome. Not lived long enough. Bryant and Stratton are just pushing this payload so quickly. I don't think I've ever seen a 4-minute time bank in a long time. And one last fight, though, but they have to win before it happens. Nal's having the time of his life, and Friendly Giant, look how safe they're going to be up here. They are going to use the barrage, and it's going to get 2 despite the attempt to win it from Silver Slash. It's who's going to peek. Hawk and Shepherd's going to peek that one, and now Fabian's coming in with the flash and with, of course, the Graviton Surge to assist. The cart's going to roll in with 3:23, and Bryant and Stratton are looking inassailable. That is a humongous timing. That's almost as much time as you would have in a regular round of Overwatch. But I think the big difference between these two teams is how well Bryant and Stratton are able to cycle their ultimates. They always combine 1 or 2, and then they layer on if they need those extra kills, if they think the fight isn't completely winnable yet. While Sunny Broome, they used 5 ultimates to win 1 fight, yes, but that was the only fight they did win, I think, this entire Eichenwald map. So I'm worried if they can match this time bank, because that's one of the biggest time banks we've ever casted like day. You and I have cast a lot of games of Overwatch over our careers, Lemon. Sunny Broome, they need to be mentally so fortified to not be discouraged after that performance on Busan as well, because this is compound mental damage, you know? It's been a while. They've got 2 fight wins. Both of them were on this map, but they didn't really press the advantage from the first. The second one they overcommitted to 4 ultimates for 1 4-man grab that I think probably could have been followed up with just the Molten Core. And I do wonder how they're going to play around this Lucio now. This is the change I wanted to see. Get Quinner in onto Say Wolf. Make sure they're not catching too much poke on the way. And I don't mind not having a Mei here. This is like almost what all the pros are running right now, except that the soldiers the only off one there, and that's just because Soldier puts a lot of consistent damage out, but other DPS have better utility, and that healing pad is not something you need to use when you have competent support. So we'll see if Stin and Loading Game can put enough pressure into Cole, and it's a trade 1-to-1, 5 versus 5. Toby has 1 HP though, so you see how SUNY Broome have to take their time with this, and I don't think Cole's gonna let you breathe.
I think the Loading Name there was caught out. They've killed both the hit stands. What counter, says Cole? I'm crazy, bruv. I don't care about that at all. Oh, and Toby as well. All 3 hit scans on the team, if you want to count the Baptiste. Cole says no. Are they going to hide up here with a barrage? Oh, they could be peeled for while they use the barrage with the kinetic grasp and the Sigma shield as well. They could go so close here. Look at how they could be set up. Oh. Okay, a little bit early.
That's gonna burn them the shield. Maybe needing to wait for the Matrix, maybe needing to break the shield a little bit more. I think Narwhal kind of foiled the plan when he exposed himself on the shield. They could have maybe hit a little bit more.
What's he doing up there? Shenanigans? Must be shenanigans.
Just living and killing is the name of the game for Bryant and Stratton. I don't mind that strat at all.
I think that Cole could have waited a little bit longer as well. That's a very brave Deadeye, but guess who's there but Narwhal? Your favorite aquatic mammal coming to peel for you. Using that kinetic grasp. Is a narwhal a mammal? I assume so.
I've never seen one. They don't have those in Canada, I'm pretty sure.
I think narwhals are mammals. I'll check it later. I'm sure someone in chat, a marine biologist, will tell me.
Oh, 3-person critic flex from Narwhal, and then the pounding from OPL in the backline. Just the lead stins. You have Floating Name that's able to trade that as maybe Bryant and Stratton overextended. OPL needs some help trying to get out. Looks like Fabian's going to give up that high ground. And SUNY Broome might be okay for now, but there's a coalescence being used from Hog, and I guess it's go time, like they.
Well, Quinn stood alone and Quinn fell alone as well. OBL isolated him and will stay alive over the course of this. Fabian on the flank with a fully loaded Peacemaker, and it's going to be a big pile driver as well. Now Fabian just needs to hit his shots, but for now the accuracy isn't quite there, but the rest of the team is going to be Cole the second. Cole the crazy gets it done on the outside, and when it comes to McCree versus McCree, what was that? Was that inside a Winston bubble? I think Cole at this point has stopped taking this game seriously.
I would do. I would be like leaning back in my seat, you know, arms up, thinking about a lot of things. Oh, there's a fight starting for Fabian on the high ground. Oh, the mines. Quinner just jumped right into it. It's disgusting. Like, I haven't seen a massacre like this. It's a R-rated movie.
Oh my goodness. Obel in the back again. Just get the free disengage. At that point, we're looking because maybe Gravity is the most likely to get a pick, and that could open it up for SUNY Broome. They are going to use that double damage amplification matrix, but now they've got to worry about trying to escape from Sir Medeus. Loading Name is one shot. And there we go. This could be it. Fabian, they just ran away from him. We don't care. We'll leave you behind.
Where'd everybody go, says Fabian, and no one seems to care.
Go where?
The whistle of death, and yeah, I'm not sure about Cole the Crazy, a challenging attack visor either from Stin. So self-destruct from the attack of Silver Slush. 13 seconds left for SUNY Broome to get on this point and get it going. And meanwhile, you got to deal with a Narwhal who's raging his brains out, and a Valkyrie healing all of that stuff up. The mines were left over, and Stins might have the sneakers on, but he doesn't have a team to keep it going. So Bryant and Stratton will take this map and go to series point.
We are heading into this, Lemon. Could we see another Wake Tech style upset? But while it isn't over yet, it is looking increasingly unlikely. Cole the Crazy is, of course, the recipient of Play of the Game, and this Barra player, they have been lights out. They have been absolutely manhandling the entire enemy team.
I don't mean to be a diva simp, but I still would like to see more people subscribe to the Church of Diva, because if your hit scan can't help with dealing with the fire, and you know, no shade to hit scan, because it's tough to deal with the fire with a mercy pocket, because every body shot just gets healed right back up. But a diva is a great counter, a tank counter to Pharah, as diva can boost up, matrix some of this damage, and apply that pressure. All you need to do is zone out the Pharah. If you can't kill her, you got to do something. And I felt Cole was too crazy and too free that match.
Cold War's quite crazy. Going up against the double hit scan can be a very intimidating experience for a Farah, but Cold War's like, you think I care? Those bullets will be blocked by the bullets I already have in me. The bullets I absorb only become additional body armor. But
It's
Lemon
like
and I are going to go
Thanos.
and get some pliers and a chisel, and we're going to slowly take all the bullets out of Cole the Crazy and give him a quick mental checkup. So we'll be right back after this break. Howdy, gamers. You better grab your brooms, because it's a mess. And maybe cuddle them tight, pat them on the head, tell them everything's going to be okay. Because it's 2-0 right now, and they are on the cusp of being eliminated from the tournament, Lemon. But on the bright side, Bryant and Stratton are looking bloody clean.
Yeah, that's when you gotta call the coach, call your friends, call your mom, because you need some advice that's gonna turn everything around. Maybe petting your nice dog or pet, something to make you feel better. Because those first two maps did not probably feel too good. 100-0 on both rounds of Busan, and a 4-minute time bank for the other team on that Icon Vault. So I'd be a little concerned too. But we've had an extended break, so I think we got some aces up our sleeve coming up.
Yeah, maybe there's been a bit of time, Lemon, to try and figure out what might be going wrong, and hopefully Broome will be able to come back a little bit stronger. Remember, this is a 9-man strong roster. It can make some swap arounds if someone's mental is currently taking a little bit of a dip, if someone's on tilt to a point where they're currently playing in Australia instead of America. Maybe that can be addressed. We're going to be heading into our next map post-haste, and I do believe that it is going to be an assault map.
Ooh, I wonder what it's going to be. And it's also SUNY Broome's choice. So they probably had to go to the locker room, your esports locker rooms, get your snacks, maybe grab one of them nice cookies, the Lenny and Larry's protein cookies, get some double chocolate up in there, make yourself feel good. Because when you feel good, maybe you game good. Especially if you're SUNY Broome, you need to start a comeback or at least go out with a roar instead of a whimper.
You know what else feels good, Lemon?
Yeah.
A smooth face after a close shave. Because guess what? The CNEC broadcast here is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream, America's leader for a close, comfortable shave. Close shave, America. Close shave Barbasol.
See, you should just be in it. Why are you here? Because you should just go to TV, go to Hollywood commercial with your voice. All right.
TV's lame, though. It's not
esports.
one.
That's pretty true. Esports can be also on TV.
I don't get to.
Might as well follow.
Where am I going to be able to say Cole is crazy on TV apart from maybe a drama? Okay. I'll consider it later. SUNY Broome going to be starting off on the defense here. Once again, the Lucio's in the box. Silver Slush and Quinner are going to be playing the double shield right here.
Okay, loading name is all on his own, and how they're going to deal with Cole is crazy. Stins was already so low at the start of the fight. They have at least 2 shields that they have to puncture through unless Cole decides to just fly above it or something crazy like that. But with Saywolf down, maybe thinking about resurrecting that, but I guess just waiting for them to come out because they're in the poking phase anyway.
Yeah, for now, they'll just try and make the most out of this poke. Fabian, good dodge here. OBL has spending quite deep in for Isaiah, and not who you'd expect to be a stealth operative right here. And both of these tanks are now going to be on top of Stin's Amadeus, and OBL has gone even deeper with only 12 HP. Can someone please finish off Isaiah? Anybody hit the shot? 10 HP again. Finish him off. Someone get in there and kill OBL.
If I was OBL, I would just end it all myself so no one gets the ult charge credit. But Narwhal's not even sure if OBL's living either. He's still going after Hawk. The Baptiste in the very back gets him so low, and Bryant and Stratton are slowly but surely coming back. And speaking of coming back, it's the ghost of OBL who comes to kill 2 and 3. Oh my god, that should have not happened.
They got away with sub 15 HP twice. They come back from so close to the grave and get the 3K. I don't even know how OBL ended up there in the first place. Guerrilla warfare is supposed to be for Winstons, you silly poo. Oh, Narwhal's ready for some particularly violent guerrilla warfare, though. But Primal Rage is on deck, but Hanamura B is by no means an easy point to take. Quinn is not playing the high ground here, though. They're playing on the point, so it's going to be very difficult for them to peel for Toby.
Now what's going to be cool is Primal Rage. Narwhal, I'm not even sure if they need it. They're just destroying this point. The barrage, the pain, it's everywhere. 3K for Bryant and Stratton. Working on that first pick. Cole wiping away the competition. SUNY Broome have to get back quick and contest this because I don't think this is a time bank they can afford to let through. There's a Nano Doomfist. It gets rid of Saywolf. 2 down for the attack. And respawn advantage for SUNY Broome makes this maybe winnable. As SUNY Broome, they weren't able to deny that resurrect from Bobby, and Narwhal with the Primal Rage is trying to push everyone away so they could secure that last 16% of point B. As you got a shot here from Quinner, and that's just desperation, having to go for the charge to see if you can get that trade, but finished off. Bryant and Stratton, despite losing 2 at the start of this fight, has not let go, and they just got that 4-minute time bank in. Like it's missing for now. Trust me, I'm not trying to mic hog, guys. He's got a technical issue, so you're stuck with me for a little bit and my non-Barbasol voice. So SUNY Broome will be on the attack this time, and a 4-minute time bank in the world of Overwatch is humongous. But this could be, you know, one of them 6 Overwatch rounds if SUNY Broome can get just as big of a time bank. As long as you keep it between, you know, 2 minutes or less, it's still very winnable. Beyond that, maybe not so much. But we saw how much SUNY Broome have been struggling this series, but we believe after this extended break, they have something up their sleeve. And hopefully, it's an answer to someone like Cole is crazy. Cole the crazy, I guess. Because SUNY Broome had 1 hit scan. It was loading name, who either goes on the McCree or the Soldier, whatnot. I think the Soldier is pretty solid for if you're not as confident in your aim, especially with the burst of McCree. You kind of need to hit those shots back to back, or else the Pharah gets supported back up to full health. The tag visor is a great option to just spray them down, and you don't really have to worry about your aim at that point. That's the whole point of the ultimate. So Bryant and Stratton, I think they also let OBL live for way too long, being like they were making fun how OBL was at like I don't know, 5 HP in the backline, comes back and kills 3, probably from all the energy they had accumulated this whole time. But SUNY Broome, they have an answer here. And it's the Symmetra Reaper. I'm thinking Stins wants to TP SUNY Broome back to this point. And leg day, I don't know if you've seen this, but this could be good.
I can't currently see it. I'm still logging into our feed, but can you tell me the score?
I gotta tell you the scoop. They just bubbled loading name on the Reaper. You got 100 energy Silver Slush, who's I thought was gonna make Slush out of Bryant and Stratton, but it's Fabian with the flick scan, as you like to call it, headshot after headshot. SUNY Broome had this whole strategy of the Reaper Symmetra, and we've seen this in pro play, maybe with a little bit more shields and maybe some ultimates, but Bryant and Stratton just got rid of the support so quickly. Like Toby's still on passive ult charge, I want to say.
All right, I am back in and good to go. Yeah, that passive ult charge potentially from the side of SUNY Broome. Already Quinner taking a little bit of damage, but they will teleport past the defenses of that Winston. And now OBL, how long will they be able to stay alive is the question. They're going to be the new front line, but they've already lost 2 to random poke.
Yeah, that was the issue, was that Quinner never took the TP. I don't know if the TP got destroyed or Quinner just missed the memo, but you need that Reinhardt to TP with the rest of the team and then have shield up, because Bryant and Stratton, their poke is what dismantles Stins on the Symmetra just instantly.
Yeah, you got to be able to be good at reactively shielding that as well. Oh, nice tech there from OBL. Will find themselves all the way up on the high ground, ready to do their worst. And of course, if they've got some energy to poke with as well, that's even better. The Graviton and the Dragons will be available soon, Lemon, but first they've got to get past Bob.
Okay, Quinner's inside of a bubble, getting healed back up. Toby, oh my god, instantly down to 1 HP, and a 2-person bio from Sabewolf. And I mean, this isn't even talking about the amount of ultimates Bryant and Stratton have. At any point, they can pull the Death Nail and have the Graviton Dragon Strike to instantly team wipe SUNY Broome if they want.
OBL isn't even bothered. He's just trying to get back up on the high ground again. Has access to that Graviton Surge and may decide to try and just go over the top and grab them, like, you know, Zumba style. Since 2016 World Cup, if there are any classic fans of Overwatch in here. This time, though, they've already struck a little bit too fast.
No supports left for SUNY Broome, and so unlucky as they delivered the nano to whoever they got. They're dead. They're dead now. Bryant and Stratton have not need to use any ultimates. You got still 5 online.
I do wonder again why they're still playing the Soldier when they're not up against the Pharah anymore. The Soldier's going to lose a long-range duel against either the Ashe or the Hanzo here, and is going to be quite useless at trying to kill the Winston, in my opinion. We'll do some poke damage, but we're looking for the Grab Dragon again. There it is. Oh, that's brutal.
Let SUNY Broome play the game. I don't know what kind of petition or GoFundMe I gotta start, but I would be sad if I was SUNY Broome. I don't know how much.
Are we trying to crowdfund a second attempt for SUNY Broome? I'm afraid double a limb. It is not. It is single a limb. And right now, SUNY Broome are hanging on to this tournament by a thread. Bryant and Stratton, you can tell just how hungry they are to get to that grand finals to prove that they are the best. But Fabian's going to have to wait a little bit longer for that proof.
Well, 30 seconds, the last attempt for SUNY Broome if they want to stay alive in this bracket. And the Deadeye, the Tactifies, and the Ultimates have to come out now for SUNY Broome when they have to keep these supports alive because they're starting to look pretty unhealthy. And when Narwhal's smacking your head against the wall, I wouldn't be feeling too good in the morning either. Narwhal starting to Thanos snap the rest. It's only Quinner standing in their way, and SUNY Broome have to buy time for reinforcements because we're about to go into overtime. It's only a few more seconds left, and Quinner, he's just trying to stand in the corner, and he gets pushed off the map, but it's up the Stins to keep their hopes alive, but it's just not going to happen.
Quinner no longer allowed to have any fun. A valiant last stand from a valiant bracket run for SUNY and Broome, but Bryant and Stratton, against so many different looks, against so many different geographies, well, they looked absolutely dominant. They only had 6 players, but they only needed 6.
I just can't believe how different the semifinal was from the other one we have, but a big congratulations to Wake Tech and Bryant and Stratton that will be moving on from the semifinals to the grand finals of our NJCAA tournament, and that will be going down Sunday to settle the score of who is the best in this tournament.